start in Shavasana. So laying down with your head facing me.
Oh, sorry.
Just take a moment to settle in, to kind of arrive here in this space. Today we are starting our last week in this practice of awakening your inner strength. And so each week we've been focusing on a different aspect of inner strength. And this week is balancing strength and flexibility. So we'll be thinking about balance throughout this practice today. This is Yin Yoga, so it's a gentle meditative practice. We'll be focusing on holding poses for a longer period of time. This helps us to target the connective tissues of the body. So it complements more dynamic practices like a flow, which we also do during the week. This is really a time for you to connect with yourself, to be present here in this space, and really in this practice emphasize the importance of finding balance in your body and in your mind. So we'll be exploring that strength of finding harmony within. Just as a reminder, remember to listen to your body during these practices, because we are holding these practices, these postures for longer periods of time. You want to make sure that you're not going full force into any of these postures. Find where you can find stillness and be present without forcing yourself into any shape. Everything I say is just a suggestion. If the alignment does not feel right to you, make adjustments. Use your props like your blocks, your bolster, your blankets as needed so that you feel comfortable and supported in your practice. We'll start with a little guided meditation. So just come into awareness of your breath. Take a few deep breaths. Feel the air as it enters the nose. Feel the breath fill the belly and the chest. Each exhale, releasing any tension or distractions. Just allow the breath to come to a natural rhythm. As we're focusing on balance here in our practice, invite a visualization of balancing scales within you. One side representing strength and the other representing flexibility. As you breathe in, imagine these scales coming to perfect balance, each quality supporting the other. Gently bring your awareness back into the space. When you're ready, opening your eyes. We'll start by coming into a seated position. Take your time getting there, as much time as you need. We'll start with butterfly posture. So bringing the soles of the feet together, and you can place your blocks underneath your thighs. Take some time to find where you'd like to be. Elongate the spine, reaching the crown of the head. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Feel the support beneath you. Really rooting into this practice. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice, or if you would like to use an affirmation. I am flexible and strong. I find balance within. Or I embrace the balance within, something that feels true to you. Feel free to come back to this intention or affirmation throughout your practice. If the mind starts to wander or drift outside of the space, just draw awareness and come back to that intention or affirmation, anchoring you into the space. There's an option here to walk the hands out a little and let the spine round and the head hang heavy. Just placing the hands to the earth. I like to set an intention at the beginning of practice, placing my hands on the earth to release anything that is not serving me during this time. Taking time to tune into your breath. Finding some ease here. Let your breath be a signal to you as to where you are in the practice, as far as how you are pushing yourself. Maybe if the breath becomes labored, back off from postures. And find yourself in a space where you can breathe easily, where you can rest in the posture and really surrender. Walk the hands back and up last. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Release the blocks and we'll come into caterpillar. So bringing your legs out long. You can place your blocks on the top of your thighs. We'll flex the toes back towards the body and find length in our spine. So drawing our shoulders back, opening the heart center, and the crown of our head reaching skyward, finding some length there. And then when you're ready, walking the hands out to wherever you meet resistance, whether that's our bellies or tightness in our back of our legs, wherever you are, just pausing there and then allowing the spine to round. And here's where we can bring our blocks to support our forehead. In whatever position works for you. And here we're thinking about beginning to turn our gaze inward, to just notice what's coming alive for you as far as sensations in your body, and noticing without judgment, just being aware. And release the blocks. And walk the hands back. Bring the head up nice and slow. Take a pause here, just a couple of breaths to recalibrate, let the blood flow settle. We don't want to get lightheaded. When you're ready, we'll come to tabletop. So bringing our blanket to our mat to give a little cushion for our knees. If that is something that you would like to do, or folding over the sides of your mat is also an option. We'll come into tabletop. So with our knees stacked under our hips and our wrists stacked under our shoulders, fingertips spread nice and wide, and the tops of our feet pressed into the mat. Just find that stable position of a neutral spine here, with our crown of our head reaching towards the front of the room. We're pressing into the earth, so really pressing the earth away, creating some space between our shoulders so we're not sinking down. Just finding a nice supportive posture here. And then on the inhale, we'll drop the belly, tailbone rises, and our gaze comes forward. Our heart center opens. Exhale. Round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Gaze will come towards the navel. We'll move through these cat-cows just nice and slow. Inhale, dropping the belly, coming into cow. Heart center forward. Exhale, press the earth away, coming into cat, rounding the spine, tuck the tailbone. Take the time here to connect your breath with your movement and just move through these at your own pace. Nice and easy. Really taking the time to feel into the corners of your body, into the shoulders and the hips. Finding some fluid motion, tapping into the element of flexibility here. Think about the ways in which you move in the world, that you need to embrace flexibility. You can move through these in an atypical fashion, so you may want to circle the hips or just find some free-flowing movement that feels good to you here. Just nourishing our body, finding where we feel flexible, in those places where we feel strong, thinking about our bellies, our navel centers, the place of our confidence, our place of our strength, our heart centers, our place of courage. And feeling into these spaces, giving yourself permission to move freely. We're waking up our spine here, getting some of that synovial fluid moving through our bodies, into our joints. And coming back through center, bring the big toes together and walk the knees out towards the edges of the mat. Send the hips back, let them sink towards the earth, coming into child's pose, balasana. Bring the heart towards the earth or to maybe a bolster, placing a bolster between the knees. Resting your body on the bolster will relieve any tension in the lower back here, so maybe that is helpful to you in this posture. Take whatever position you feel called to, whatever feels good to your body here. Let your forehead come to the bolster or to the mat, and begin to connect your intuition, your third eye, the space between your brows, to the earth below. Breathing deeply here into the belly. Gaze comes towards the hands, and we'll set the bolster aside. Walk the hands out. Bring the legs out long, coming into Sphinx. Elbows under the shoulders, forearms pressing into the earth here. Heart center open, draw the shoulder blades together, and gaze comes down between the hands. You can also let your head hang heavy here or come to rest on a block if you'd like. Some options. As you settle in here, notice the earth beneath you supporting you. Let your legs just rest. No need to hold tension here or tightness, just let them rest. Our belly is pressed into the earth. Breathe here in this space for a moment, just connecting with that exchange of energy between the earth and our solar plexus. Finding balance here, a nice even inhale and exhale for whatever count feels good to you. Maybe inhaling for a count of 3 or 4, and exhaling for a count of 3 or 4. Finding the balance between the stability and strength of the earth and harnessing the power within. Notice how it supports us. The flexion of the spine here, reminding us of our flexibility. We are practicing yoga off the mat, out in our lives, thinking of times where we are presented with challenge and how we can draw on our strength to move from the heart, to lead with the heart. So drawing the breath into the heart space, sending the heart center forward. Focusing the breath in this space and breathing from the heart to the belly. Following the breath upwards towards the heart center on the inhale. Exhaling into the belly. Exhale, lower all the way down, resting your forehead on your forearms, just pausing here, taking a few rounds of breath. Bring the left arm out in front of you and press into the earth. Feed the right arm through, coming into thread the needle on the right side, resting the right shoulder on the earth. You can bring a block to the top of your mat to rest your head. Just feeling into the space that you're creating in the back of the shoulders. Our arms are connected to our heart center, thinking about ways in which here on our right side, our masculine side, the ways that we give love, that we share love, the ways we interact with people, how we spread love into the world. We'll draw the left hand under the left shoulder. Unwind, coming back through center and pausing. Just 3 breaths here. We'll bring the right arm out, pressing into the earth, coming in to thread the needle on the left side, resting the left shoulder and the head on a block if needed. Here we are focusing on our feminine, the ways in which we receive love from those around us, from the world around us. What are the ways that you feel loved, that you feel that others love you? Breathing into the space of the left shoulder, Releasing any tension. Draw the right hand under the right shoulder, unwinding and coming back through center. And making your way to laying down on your back on your mat. Whatever way is intuitive to you. Lying down with the knees bent, feet hip distance apart. Hands at your sides or resting on the rib cage. Just walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and let the knees fall in towards center here. Pulling towards each other. Just reconnecting with our intention and with our breath and finding presence here in the supine position and connecting our spines with the earth, feeling supported here. And draw the knees in towards the chest, grabbing onto the shins or the back of the thighs or clothing, and just giving them a little squeeze, maybe rocking side to side gently, massaging the lower back. Drop the feet back down to the mat, hip distance apart. Press into the soles of the feet, lifting the hips and shifting them to the left. Let the knees fall over to the right, coming into a supine twist. You can place a block between the thighs or between the knees, between the ankles, whatever feels good to you. If you need some support for the lower back, letting the arms come out to a T and the gaze come over the left fingertips. Here we're thinking about just really bringing out our solar plexus, our core here. This is a great way to detoxify our physical body and our energetic body, helping to create more harmony and balance from the inside out. As you breathe here in this space, just thinking about releasing any stagnant energies, anything not serving you, letting it all go. Inhale, draw the knees up through center. Shift the hips back through center. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Giving another little squeeze and a little massage for the lower back. And whenever you're ready, moving into the opposite side. So dropping the feet back down to the mat. This time lifting the hips and shifting them to the right. Let the knees fall to the left and bring the arms out to a T. Gaze comes over the right fingertips. Just embracing that sense of release. Inhale, draw the knees back up through center. And bring the legs out long, arms up overhead. Just a nice little stretch here. Reaching from the fingertips to the toes.
Somebody's at the door.
find your Shavasana. The arms down at your sides. Let your feet fall open and just take up some space on your mat. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it all out. And just arrive here, letting go. Anything that did or didn't happen in your practice today. Just let yourself be held here. Let the breath come to a natural pace. Take a moment to check back in with your intention. If you lost your affirmation or your intention along the way, that's okay. Just reconnect here. Create some movement in the fingers and toes, the wrists and ankles. In whatever way is intuitive to you, make your way to a seated position. Place the hands over the heart center. Just take a moment here to cultivate gratitude. Thank yourself for showing up today, for creating the space to connect on a deeper level, to look within, to just be present here in this space, sharing community and practice together. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice of Yin Yoga and awakening our inner strength through finding balance between strength and flexibility. It is my greatest wish that you will carry the benefit of this practice with you throughout the rest of your evening, your week, and beyond. Thank you for being here. May you align with your favorite versions of you. Thank you. So good.
What was that?
She got the time wrong.
Oh,
She thought class was at 5.
I was like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah, she thought class was at 5.
Oh,
So
For
she's
yoga?
new. Yeah, she thought yoga was at 5. She
Oh.
must have read the calendar wrong.
oh no.
And so, yeah, she was